and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Violet. This is going to be episode 6 of my Boler 2020 series. Today I want to answer the question, who should buy a Boler? Now this can apply to any other tiny trailers, such as Airstreams, Scamps, Trilliums, Bigfoots, you name it. All these things that I'm talking about will apply to those trailers as well. The reason I mention a Boler specifically is because that is the tiny trailer that I own. Should you buy a Boler? The way I'm going to address this question is talk about the kinds of people that a Boler or other small trailer might be appropriate for. The first type of person is the long stay outdoors man or outdoors woman. When you leave the city to go camping, do you find that tenting doesn't cut it past 2 or 3 days? I know that's the case for me. Longer trips that include multiple sites can be quite pleasant with a stable home base. A Boler can do this for you. Will you be hiking multiple trails over a series of weeks, or perhaps even traveling across Canada? Having a tiny trailer to sleep in at the end of the day might be the perfect option for this style of camping. The Boler allows for mobility and offers stability for those in constant motion. So if you like to travel this way, visit lots of national parks, do that sort of thing, then a Boler might be a great choice for you. The second kind of person who might consider a Boler trailer, a DIY vacationer. When you go on vacation, do you want maximum flexibility for minimum cost? Depending on the cost of gas, a tiny trailer might be the solution. Now, I know gas changes, it goes up, it goes down. When it's low, a trailer is awesome to have. You'll be able to easily access your personal effects when staying at in-laws, parents, cousins, relations, family reunions. Everything you need, you can keep separate. You can have your own personal space. When visiting family, it's sometimes frustrating to rely on the patience and hospitality of others. And you know the saying, after 3 days, fish and house guests go bad. When you bring a trailer, you can extend your visits out longer without creating that friction. So that's a really good type of situation. Do you plan to visit Vancouver and then decide, no, I don't want to go to Vancouver, I want to go to Victoria? If you have a tiny trailer, you spend less time cancelling and scouting out hotel reservations. You can exchange that because you're looking for campsites in national parks. And there is a cost associated with that too, but typically it's going to be far less than that of staying in hotels. Finding friends. I mean, maybe you're parking on your friend's driveway with your Boler. I'm sure they love that, right? The third kind of person who should consider buying a Boler is the fisherman and or gold panner. If there's one thing most people hate, it is the persistent feeling of being wet. My husband tells me this, so it must be true. If you find yourself with a sluice in the mountains searching for gold, or at the edge of a lake, knee-deep in waders with a splashing trout and dog, you're gonna have a hard time staying dry. You will get wet, and you will stay wet. How does a fiberglass trailer help with this? Well, tenting is vulnerable to rain, and it is possible that the tent looks dry on the outside, but you go in and the sleeping bag is damp because it's right up against the ground. A trailer, such as a Boler or any other raised camper, is going to not have that problem, so it's more likely that you'll stay dry. They're typically better sealed. Trapping moisture on the outside also means you're trapping moisture on the inside, and humidity from your breath can appear on the walls, so you'll want to have some kind of fan or venting system to help with that. So if your summer vacation plan does involve getting wet, I would recommend a trailer. So who's the fourth kind of person that should consider getting a Boler? Someone that owns a truck or a towing vehicle. I would say this category is the most debatable, as the fiberglass trailer was originally billed as something that would be suitable for pulling behind any kind of vehicle because it's so lightweight. But over time, the axles on many of these vintage trailers, aluminum as they were, have begun to disintegrate. We replaced ours with a steel axle, and it's awesome, but it is heavier, so it makes a lot more sense to pull that behind a tougher vehicle, a vehicle that has the capacity to pull it. Bear in mind that the adventurous camper might end up on dirt, gravel, and snow road. It's going to be easier on the vehicle and the trailer if it is a heavier duty vehicle. If you already have a vehicle like this, then why not get a camper to pull behind? It's super fun. That's one of the benefits of having a bigger vehicle, truly, is the ability to tow a little trailer. Good times. Alright, the fifth kind of person who certainly could benefit from a trailer are fans of vintage style. It's hard to deny how cute and nostalgic these little trailers are. The nice rounded shape, the egg, the rareness, the Pokemon-like quality of it. I think most people smile when they see a Boler on the road. And if it makes you smile and it's got a big warm place in your heart, you might just be in love, and it might be a good choice for you just because of that. Now that I've described who a Boler might be for, I think it's important to play devil's advocate and talk about who should not be purchasing a Boler or other tiny trailer. And the way I'm going to do it is we're going to pull out some questions that I think you should ask yourself. I think I've got 5 of them. 5 is the magic number here. First question you should ask yourself, am I a camping purist? It is possible that you find the idea of camping in a trailer to be in opposition to the purpose of camping, a true escape from modern conveniences. You may also be heading far off the beaten track into the woods, climbing a mountain. And you can't really bring a trailer up the mountain. You'll need a tent for when you get to the top of the mountain. So it might not be especially useful if that's how you like to go camping. If long hikes up a mountain where you camp at the top is your situation, then probably skip on buying a tiny trailer. Just park your vehicle at the bottom of the hill and away you go. Second question I think you should ask yourself if you're thinking about buying a trailer. Am I high maintenance? Does a broken fingernail or change in food schedule or change in sleep schedule, lack of control due to the elements really stress you out in your day, your week, your month, or even your year? If this sounds like you and you don't want to make any of these kinds of compromises, then a tiny trailer is not for you. I recommend you take your vacations via hotel. Or a bigger trailer with more conveniences than a tiny one. The third question you should ask yourself if you're considering buying a Boler or other tiny trailer is, do I find small spaces stressful? So in our family, we fit 2 adults and 3 small children into our 13-foot Boler, and it's okay. In fact, we kind of like that it brings us closer together. But I know for a lot of families with kids that really like to fight a lot, this is a terrible idea. Does this sound like your situation? Know thyself. Can you sleep in an enclosed space like this, or do you need a bigger room? That's another question. If you're traveling alone, you really need to think about how comfortable you are in a contained, smaller space. If you have claustrophobia, make sure you really think about it. So the fourth question you should ask yourself, are you not into renovation or DIY projects? If this is the case, you should not be buying a vintage trailer because at some point or another, there will be something you want to have fixed or repaired, and doing it yourself is the way to go in most cases because to have it done professionally is very expensive. Remember, part of the fun of owning these tiny trailers is having the opportunity to fix them up. The fifth question you should ask yourself if you're considering buying a Boler trailer is, are you very short on time? There are many sad Bolers that sit in garages with their owners giving them sidelong looks as the years go by and they never get out into the wilderness. Many of us are trapped in shift work or the 9-to-5 life and simply can't get away enough to justify having a little tiny trailer. Try to anticipate if you will not have the time to go camping, renovate, and enjoy the trailers. You really don't want these to become a lawn ornament. So if you answered yes to any of these questions, don't despair. There are many scamps, Bolers, Trilliums, Airstreams, Bigfoots, and other tiny trailers, casitas too, available for rental so you can see how these considerations work in practice. Rent one out for a weekend, go to a campsite that's reputable and wonderful. Provincial parks are a good choice. See how you do. Maybe you'll fall in love with the experience. Maybe you'll find this is not for you. That is the best way if you're still not sure. Please let me know in the comments below if you have made a tiny trailer purchase that you regret, or if I have missed a situation where a tiny trailer is an excellent choice. I hope you enjoyed the video today and found it helpful. If you did, please give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm releasing a Boler related video every Monday all summer. Don't forget to leave me a comment below and have yourself a beautiful day. Thank you. Bye now.